Welcome to another episode of Healing Through Love. Each week, we share ideas, experiences, and resources to increase the awareness of domestic and family violence and to empower survivors to grow and thrive. We talk with experts who share their advice, or with people who have experienced abuse, no matter where they are on their journey. This is all about healing through love. And now, here are your hosts, Sharlene Lynch and Rose Davidson.
The Healing Through Love podcast with Sharlene Lynch and Rose Davidson. In episode 69, Miranda Mitchell dives deep into human design and how it can help us understand our energy and make empowering choices.
Yes. Would you mind first for me, just because you mentioned the automations and stuff, and I love that you said that, because the Gens, manifesting generators and generators, we're here to build, create, be of service. We're here to embody, to be on the physical form, and it's all about repetition. So it is about manually repeating the things over and over so you embody it, especially if you have an open head or ajna. And I know you don't know what that means yet, but you will. And it's so important to repeat, 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 because every time you learn something, it's from a different perspective and you have grown yourself. So you may actually take in something else. So thank you for that.
The Healing Through Love podcast with Sharlene Lynch and Rose Davidson.
Hello and welcome to Healing Through Love podcast. I'm your host, Sharlene Lynch from sharlenelynch.com. Healing Through Love is here to help victims and survivors of domestic and family violence find their way back to living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. We interview experts and survivors who shared their personal stories and offer advice to those who've experienced abuse, no matter where they are on their journey. As well as the Healing Through Love podcast, we hold annual Pamper Days here in Adelaide, South Australia, for survivors of family and domestic violence, where local businesses come together and pay it forward by providing their services and resources for the day to give our survivors a much-deserved day of indulgence. Think day spa on steroids. We're looking for other organisations with similar values because we've gone global. As of May this year, we're so excited to say Healing Through Love has now bringing these beautiful Pamper Days to a location very close to you. So if you're interested to either attend as a participant or as an exhibitor or an organiser, please reach out to us. We'd love to connect you with a group who's organising it in your local city. And you can find us on Healing Through Love. We're everywhere. Our email address is in the show notes and also in the description. Every week we interview amazing new guests, and today is no different. We have a beautiful guest with us today, Miranda Michelle. After spending 2 decades of her life studying the physical and subtle bodies and continues to learn the integrated physical and stillness practices that help her reconnect to her true self. Oh, I love it. We're going to dive deep into human design and everything that brings. And we're going to start today, if that's okay, Miranda, with your story. How did you get here?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Everything that you are saying and speaking about makes my heart happy, because about 20 years ago, this is really what I needed as far as support. I am a domestic violence survivor. And since then, my life has really shifted and changed and grown. But I remember a time when I was not who I am today. I was very meek. I was very shy. He had broken everything down inside of me. Every strength that I had when we first got together was shattered. And the only thing that I had left was my boys, where we made me get out. At that point in time, I didn't love myself at all, which is why I ended up in that relationship. But as I learned my human design, I realize now why I didn't love myself. There are energies in there that made me question. So it gave me the permission and it gave me the acceptance and the forgiveness in why I put myself in that situation. And now I have nothing but gratitude that I had this strength for my boys. And now I truly love myself. But it was a very long journey.
Oh, it's so fascinating. And a story that many of our listeners, including myself, we've been down that track. And it's amazing to be connected with you at the other end, Miranda, so that we can see how we can shine, how we can bring light, and how we can educate others to step into their own power. Miranda, can you explain a little bit more about the human design? What is it? How does it work? How do we know about it? How do we use it? Can we dive in deep to that? It sounds fascinating.
Yes. Human design is based on your birth date, your birth time, and your birthplace. So this is a chart that represents or shows you your energy. We all know we're energy, and there's new talkings about stardust and all these things of who we are, right? So the human design chart actually gives you a tangible blueprint, which is what I needed. I'm pig-headed. I needed to see what was going on because I always question myself, right? Am I truly believing this? Am I making this up in my head? All these things. So it gives you the tangible evidence within the chart. Now, there's a lot in the chart, but you can learn a lot by yourself by just looking at the chart first. It gives you awareness of where you have consistent energy. So anywhere that you see in the chart that there's colors, whether it be red or brown or black or whatever, that's where you have consistent energy. And then wherever there is white areas, that is where you have variable energy, which is where you receive energy from other people that you're around and the environment. So just that point right there should show you that some of these reasons that we get ourselves in these predicaments is not because of a lack of love for ourselves. It's just a disconnection from who we are. And when you get to see the chart and you see where you have variable energy, and we'll go deeper into that, but when you see where you have variable energy and you take in energies from those around you, you can understand if you're not in the right place and you're with the wrong type of people, you're going to believe that you deserve that. And you're going to believe that you are that. So what this chart does is it shows you your energy of who you are consistently, like your lessons that you're here to learn. And then it also shows you where you receive energy from other people. So I have learned that where there's white areas in the chart, that is where we're conditioned. And if you just look at that chart and say, I have variable energy there, that is not me. That belief does not need to be there. And you can just let that go.
So it's a tool to know thyself, yes?
Yes. And it's a guide. So it takes in astrology aspects. It takes in the Chinese I Ching, the tree of life, the chakra system, and quantum mechanics. So it's the combination of all of these modalities together, which is really what I loved because I am a yoga teacher and I have been for years. So the chakras were like, oh, yes, right? So that was my drive to learn about it more. And then through all of these modalities and these different layers, you really can get very deep into who you are, why you made these choices. And then what happens is once you really understand them, it almost like something opens up inside of you that you're like, oh, I knew that myself about me, but I didn't know that I knew that about me. And then it gives you the permission to actually be unapologetic and to let yourself be authentic and to not care what people think of you and to use your voice in a way that you normally wouldn't. You get to know yourself at a deep, deep level.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So how does it work? So we give information and then we get some sort of response. Is it a chart? How does it work?
Yes. So it is your birth date, your time, and your place. So birth time is very important. I've had a lot of people ask, well, I don't know exactly what time it is. It's somewhere in the morning. It's very important to try to get as close as possible. And the reason that is because in the chart, it takes in these different aspects of the astrology aspects and the planets move. So if you are off on your birth time, then the planets may be off. And within the planets, And if you guys do not have your chart, I really suggest I'm going to be offering a free chart for you with a video, so you can go deep into that. But if you don't have it, definitely come back to this podcast after you have the chart so that you can look at it and understand it, because it's very important to see the visual, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about, because there's the aspects of the astrology, and then there's these numbers, these gates in the chart, and these gates represent an archetype. So just to break it down quickly, one aspect, the sun represents the energy that we're here to be. This is a lot of people feel like this is our life purpose, but really our life purpose is how we be in what we're doing. It's not what we're doing. It's how we be while we do it, right? So in the sun, you will have a number. And in that number, I'm going to use mine, for example, is a 48. So my sun number is 48. In the lowest expression, this is inadequacy. My entire life, I put myself through school. I had to be on Dean's list. I had to get all the certifications. I had to do all the things to prove my value because I felt like I didn't know enough. I wasn't enough. Another reason why I ended up with my ex. There was that feeling of inadequacy. But in the highest expression of the sun, it is wisdom. And it is through all of my traumas, through my experiences, through my learning, that I'm able to help others because of all of that. And because of that, now I can look at that inadequacy when it shows up, because it doesn't go away forever. I feel inadequate sometimes. And when that shows up now, I can just laugh. It's like, oh, I see you, old friend. You're not going to get me, So it gives you that permission to love yourself in the lower expression and the higher expression.
Yes, and I can see how this can help us understand ourselves so that we can better tool ourselves, better skill ourselves, and have a better understanding, bring a level of compassion and understanding to our thought processes and how we are, so that we can move forward and live in that full empowerment. I love it. It's fantastic. Now, you mentioned that they can get a free chart. How does that work?
You go to my website, Miranda-Mitchell.com. It'll be in the show notes, and you'll enter in your birth date, your birth time, and your birthplace. And what I do is I run the chart by hand still. It won't be forever that I'm running this by hand, but I still do it for accuracy. So I run it by hand myself, and then I send you a specific video on your type. So there are 5 different types for human design, and I specifically send your type video to you so that you can listen, you can learn, and I even give you an action step on experimenting with this and how to tune into this energy and how to see how this can support you in making your decisions. So all you need to do is go to the website, enter your info, and I'll send you all that information.
I love this. This is so relevant. I think it's fantastic, and it's free. So listeners, make sure that you follow that link and that you're getting a personal video that's going to explain the process for you. So can I ask, so I know that I'm a manifestor generator. I think I've said that correctly. Can you tell me a little bit about me?
Yes. So there are 5 types. The manifesting generator likes to do things fast, likes to skip steps. Sometimes when they skip steps, they make mistakes, and we have to go back and fix those typos and readjust things. And really, a manifesting generator is here to try to build, create, be of service in the physical form as fast as possible. We like to skip steps. I'm a Manny Gen too. So once you know those typos, you can no longer judge yourself. It's like, oh, it's okay. Not a big deal. That's just a brief overview, because the profile too is very, very important. Do you happen to know your profile?
I do, but I don't have it on me. I should.
That's okay.
But I'm going to jump on and do yours. So interestingly enough, my beautiful mother has passed away, and she's the keeper of the information, and she had dementia. So I didn't quite get all the details I needed to about life, the universe and everything before she unfortunately developed early onset dementia. And so I don't really know my exact time. And so I got a kinesiologist who was on our show once to go through and do the muscle testing. So she's given me a time, but how do I know for sure that that's accurate? Who knows? I'd like to go and figure out the exact time to make sure it's 100% accurate. Yeah. But I'll do that before I jump on and do yours.
Awesome. And the kinesiologists, they do really support you in that. And what you can do is if you choose to go deeper, things will resonate or things won't resonate. So you get to ask yourself, does this feel true to me? Because I know when I work with people, there's certain things that they just open up and they start crying because it's like, oh my gosh, I knew this, but I didn't know I knew this, but now it's opened something up. Whereas something else, if there's someone that doesn't know the time, there might be something a little resistant there. So it's just about trying things on, seeing how it feels, and then readjusting.
I love it. I love it. It's absolutely fascinating. I love any tool, any assessment tool that allows us to have a deeper view of ourselves so that we can see how we can move forward. I know for sure that I am the boat across the river, not the boat down the river. So like in my business coaching, I'll get you from here to here faster than any other human. Yes, and I'm not the one that you want to hang with for long term. You're going to love me. I'm going to get you there, and then you're going to go on to brighter things. So even in my business coaching, my personal manifestor generator just exudes itself. I love it.
Oh, I can't wait to see your chart.
I do. I love it. I love it. I will jump on and do that. And, just for those of you listening and you are running your own business, and you would have heard Miranda say that she's doing it manually, too often we beat ourselves up because we don't have all of the tools and techniques to make everything, automatic. It's okay. In fact, as a business coach, can I suggest that doing it manually to begin with is better because you'll understand your process so much deeper. You'll understand your client journey. You'll understand the steps that are needed, and you'll build a better machine. So yes, Miranda, you're doing it the right way. And so congratulations. It's fantastic. Now, we've got something more to share about you. Miranda, can you tell us about the course? I'm getting very excited that she's got coming up in October. Can we dive in deep to talk about that?
Yes. Would you mind first for me, just because you mentioned the automations and stuff, and I love that you said that, because the manifesting generators and generators, we're here to build, create, be of service. We're here to embody, to be on the physical form, and it's all about repetition. So it is about manually repeating the things over and over so you embody it, especially if you have an open head or ajna, and I know you don't know what that means yet, but you will. And it's so important to repeat, 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 because every time you learn something, it's from a different perspective and you have grown yourself. So you may actually take in something else. So thank you for that. Thank you.
It's such a blessing. And yes, I have done a business from the ground up, from manual, one step at a time, and understand how that has helped me understand systems so much better and be a better business coach and run a bigger machine. So, and if I had to just press a button and hadn't seen what happens all behind the scenes, if things go wrong, you wouldn't know where to start. So on every level, don't beat yourself up if that's you. It's just your, what are we calling it? Our energy type.
Yes.
I love it. And we've got 5 different energy types. And then we also need to have that level of profile as well. So yeah, jump on and do it. It's fun. All assessment tools are fun. And if you're listening today and you're running your own business, take particular attention. Business works well when you've got some level of assessment tool, because humans want to know. We're curious beings. We want to be asked questions. We want to answer questions. So we love assessment tools. And if you can put that into your process, that will help build your business. I love it. I'm so excited. Now, can we dive in and talk about your course coming up? Because I want to know all about it. Is it for me? Tell me about it.
Yes, the course that I have coming up has been slowly coming out during this summer. I took the entire summer off and I let things flow to me. As a Mani-Gen or a generator type, we're here to respond to things. So we're not here to force. We're not here to make things happen. I went on a retreat where there was voice. I've been doing equine gestalt for my own healing, which is a lot of expression about getting rid of the actual traumas within your body. And within this, I have realized my entire life, I have been suppressing my voice. And this is started when I was younger, when my mother didn't believe me about my uncle. She just totally didn't listen to me. And then I manifested it with my ex-husband who choked me. So it was constantly with the voice. I wasn't allowed to express my true self. After diving into my human design chart, going into the astrology aspects, I realized I'm actually here to help people step into their voice, embodied voice. I'm here to help people decondition from what they think they can say and should say, and keeping the peace and not expressing how they feel truly because of the worrying about what others might say or judge them. So I've been diving into the embodied voice, where you learn about the different aspects of your chart, decondition from all of whatever's happened to you as far as your experiences, and then fully step into how you're here to express yourself. What is connected to your throat? What are you here to share? How do you bring that into your business? How can you make it more impactful? And that is the embodied voice.
Oh, I love it. It resonates with me. I have suffered a similar fate. And interestingly enough, I lent in, and I don't even know how, into becoming a professional speaker. But I don't know how I got there. I just knew that it was always there, a little tiny voice. And then the universe just put everything in my way that I needed to be able to build that business. But yes, I love it. And I never put them together. I never put that together. That's absolutely fascinating. Looking forward to doing the chart. I'm getting very excited. So now this course, is it online? Is it in person? How does it work? Can you tell me more about it?
Yes, this course is a 7-week course. It is online. I chose 7 because it takes 7 years to decondition. It just does. I know this through yoga. I know this through different modalities. So it's a 7-week course. It is online, so there will be modules. It will be also weekly in person with support. There will be, of course, some flip books and all of that good stuff as far as the different energies of each gate. So we'll go into all 64 gates so that you can see what gate is activated in your throat, what gate is activated in your emotional solar plexus, what motors are connected to your throat. How are you here designed to speak? Are you, do you have an open throat? So the open throat has to be recognized before they speak, but they're really the speakers, because then their voice actually transmits so everybody can understand them, because it's variable, where if you have a consistent, then it speaks a certain way. So you really get fine-tuned into letting go of what you've been holding in for your deconditioning and your traumas, get that out. You get to also create or understand how you're here to speak, because astrology aspects even show you your Mercury. Your Mercury is how you communicate. So going into those aspects, going into the lines. So it's a container that is 7 weeks. You have modules that you do on your own. We have a weekly call plus handouts and all that good stuff, because I fully feel that we all learn differently. We all have to find that way that's really going to resonate with us, whether it's in person, through a call, whether it's tangible, writing things, listening. So I really try to encompass every type of learning style, so all of you will walk away with exactly what you need in that moment.
I love it. It sounds delicious. And it resonates with me too. Like, I understand that when I share my personal story, that on some level, when the people are there listening, that they've given me feedback afterwards that story has helped them heal, even though it's a tragic story, that it's helped them come to a place of forgiveness. And so, yeah, I get it. So some part of me always knew that I needed to talk. I just didn't know what I needed to talk about. I know, that's fascinating. I love it. I cannot wait to dive in deep to this. And so my question is because this is a global podcast, is what about people that are in a different time zone? How does that work for them?
Yeah, they will be there will be recorded. So if you can't make the time, then you can watch it afterwards, and you can always submit your questions beforehand so I can go over those questions.
I love it. I love it. And I suppose as a busy businesswoman, like, what's the time commitment from me to go through the 7-week course?
The time commitment is just the hour call, and then probably 30 to 40 minutes on your own. And then you can also journal and reflect on your own time if you have that space, but no more than 2 hours.
Excellent. And we're all journaling every day anyway, so we can just add that to the queue. I love it. This is fascinating. I cannot wait to find out more about that. And the links will be on the website. They're not there yet because we're in pre-production, but if the links will be on there. And if you go through the process of doing this discovery with finding out, what you are as a personality type, an energy type, really, then what will happen is you'll be on the email list and you'll be the first to know about this amazing course that's coming up, and you'll be getting it at a really great investment price as well. So we're very excited about that.
I also have a surprise there. Thank you for saying that. I do have a wait list up. So if you go to the website, you can go to that wait list. The wait list does get special perks. So special pricing, special intro to the masterclass, all that goodness.
Oh, we love it. We love a VIP treatment. It's fabulous. Yeah. What a journey you've been on through what happened for you with family violence in the early days, and then transitioning into the lived experience that you had with your husband, and now being the victor and living above the line, and now stepping into the power that is you, or uniquely you, different than everybody else, and bringing those healing gifts that you've collected on the way to help you heal, and now are offering those as gifts through your own beautiful lens to help others heal and step into their power. It's just truly beautiful, Miranda. It really is lovely. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Well, I cannot believe we've been talking for more than 25 minutes. The time just absolutely disappears. So just in closing, Miranda, knowing our audience like you do, what words of wisdom would you like to share with them today?
Your experiences in the past do not dictate who you are. However, it gives you the strength. You really, truly are strong. And when you move through things, I have never, my entire process, wished that I didn't have that experience, because I know I would not be doing what I'm doing today, which is supporting you all. So just love yourself. Have compassion for wherever you're at. And always remember that it does not dictate who you are as a being.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Thank you again, listeners, for dialing in and listening to Healing Through Love and all the beautiful modalities that can help you heal through love. And remember that we've got these beautiful Pamper Days that are designed for survivors of family and domestic violence, and they'll be near you. So we'd love you to reach out if you'd like to be a participant and come and be pampered for the day. Or if you've got a skill set, and it doesn't matter what it is, anything that you bring to the table that can help people heal through love, we'd love to know about it. If it's more informational based even, and you've written a book, we'd still love to hear about it and then point you in the right direction of the group that's going to be running these beautiful Pamper Days near you. Because what we know is that when we can help enough other people heal, we can help them step into their power, and we can collectively raise the frequency of the human race. And that's what we're here to do, because a rising tide lifts all ships, and together we're going to heal this planet through love. I love it. It's so exciting. I love it, Miranda. It's been a beautiful conversation. I'm looking forward to catching up and diving into my personality test, or energy type. I keep going personality test because everything's about personality test, but energy type is same and different. And also finding out more about your course, which sounds delicious. Because remember, if you're running business, you still need to do the inside work. We still need to, journal. We still need to go to the gym. We still need to do the things that we need to do to keep this vessel and this in tip-top condition so that we can move forward and help others. Remember, you need to, put on your own mask first. And I love it. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I look forward to connecting with you soon. That's a goodbye from me and a bye from Miranda.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Healing Through Love. You can get further resources, see the show notes, or simply reach out to us via our website at htlaustralia.org. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to your company next time on the Healing Through Love podcast.